Getting into the multiple strokes chapter of the regimen was really hard to decide on a few exercises to cover because I really think this is the most useful chapter of the book. I'd spend a good amount of slow practice time with all of these exercises. I'm going to get into this idea of the muscle groups and how it can keep us relaxed with triple beat and double beat. We're also going to do a very introductory level of Moeller strokes and how that can help us with our inverts. So this idea of the muscle groups applying to a triple stroke. This will also apply to double beat, but it's easier to demonstrate with triple beat. So really, I find this exercise is dangerous for inviting tension into people's playing. So we want to train this motion, this relaxed muscle group distribution motion, at a very slow tempo. So as you get faster, you can rely on that and you won't get tense. So basically we're just going to try to distribute our energy from the largest muscle all the way down to the smallest muscle. So even though it's not clear-cut percentages, you could think of majority arm on the first stroke, majority wrist on the second, and maybe half and half wrist and fingers for the third. So we've gone arm, wrist, fingers. And it's really important that you stay really loose and relaxed in the wrist for this whole process. If you freeze up the wrist, you're going to get tense. So really slowly and speeding up, it'll look like this. Notice the wrist remains nice and loose. So forth. Now this also applies to double beat, only obviously it's less notes. So it's a bit easier. Double beat, very quickly, you want to be careful that you don't turn it into triplets at all. So we don't want any sort of... Right? Make sure that you keep yourself honest. You could try an old marching trick, filling in all the off notes in between the doubles with your odd hand. And that will keep you more honest and make sure that your 16ths are accurate. Now getting into this invert and Moeller idea, the good news is this directly relates to all the work we've been doing with the accent tap, right? So in the inverts, we're just going to go from tap to accent over and over. Instead of sort of leading accent tap, we're doing the second part. Okay? So all we need to really think and be aware of is on the tap, we need to pull the arm up to prepare for the accent. And this way we can stay relaxed, and once you get used to it, you can build your tempo up pretty quickly. If you're trying to wrist this out, you're going to hit a ceiling of tempo, and you're going to add a lot of tension. So nice and slow and speeding up, I'll try to demonstrate here. Let's go slower. Okay, and then as you get faster, hopefully you can stay relaxed because you've trained up this arm motion. Now this also applies directly to the Moeller. This is a sort of a baby Moeller. The Moeller takes us a step farther and gives us 3s and 4s and even 5s and 6s sometimes. But for our purposes, we'll stick with 3s and 4s. Now, if you look at the second measure of this Moeller exercise, you're going to be terrified by this quad that has an accent in the middle or on the second note of it. Really, if we think about this as relating to the techniques we've just done. So we have a tap, we need to prepare for the accent, then it's just a triple stroke. It's a triple beat. So we've already worked on this. Right? Up. And now once I've set up here, I'm just going to triple beat. Go through to the fingers. So all we need to get is that little whip for the second note. So if you work a lot on your inverts and your accent tap, these Moeller exercises are really going to be much easier. So going nice and slow and speeding up a bit. And this is going to be really useful for us staying relaxed in long single stroke passages. Moeller is fantastic for relieving tension or avoiding tension. So I would urge you also, if you want to get deeper into this, check out Sanford Moeller's book.